Welcome to Modular Games, everybody. My name is Kyle, and today we're going to be talking about this book. In particular, we're going to be looking at the game D&D, and we are going to be asking whether this game meets three parameters. First, does it meet its original design parameters? Are the assumptions made during the original design being satisfied? Number two, we are going to assess the player expectations. Are the expectations of the players actually being met when they play this game? And number three, is the lore being satisfied? There's certain lore that is more or less consistent regardless of what campaign setting you choose in D&D. And do the core mechanics actually support that lore? The third assessment is, are all of these things living up to the lore? Is a wizard feeling like a wizard? Is a monk feeling like a monk? What is a bard in the first place? And in order to answer that, I am going to kick off a series where we're going to go through each and every one of the character classes in Dungeons & Dragons, and we're going to dedicate 1 or 2 episodes to reassessing those classes. In particular, we're going to cover the Divine Casters to try and give them a unified spellcasting progression that is different from the unified spellcasting progression of Arcane Casters. Because in terms of lore, those are different, but in terms of the current rules, they're basically identical. We're going to create a unified progression system for experts, like the rogue, and we're going to create a unified progression system for martial characters like the warrior and the ranger and the paladin. And of course, there are a few classes that don't really fit. These are the oddballs, and we're going to go through and have individual progressions for them. There are a couple of classes that are kind of fun to push outside of the norm, just because their lore is a little bit different, and we're going to be taking a look at that too. Some of these classes deserve more than a single episode because they're complicated. They're complicated, and there might be more than one version of doing this. Also, we'll take a look at a couple of things just for my personal taste, add a little bit of spice in there, and I hope that you enjoy it. I'll see you next time. This is going to be a long series, and if you have a suggestion where you want me to go through some other game and assess whether it's meeting its design parameters, or if you want me to reassess all of the character classes that are existing in that game, go ahead and note that in the comments below, and I will take a look at those. I can't promise that I'll hit all of them, but I will take a look at those. So go ahead and leave those comments, like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.